Hey folks, happy Saturday morning rant. I know what I want to rant about, but fuck, that shit is gonna ruin a relationship. But I don't know, maybe the person already ruined the relationship. I'm probably gonna save that shit till next week because I gotta fully I'm too fucking emotional about it. Like, yo, I don't fucking get it. Like, every time I do a rant, if I say like white men this or white women that, people are like, oh, maybe you don't like white people. That's just not true. Like, I got some white people around me that I fucking dig, that are just like salt of the fucking earth. And I don't even think half the time like about whether I dig them or not, because like they just flow through the world like they give a fuck. And when they make a mistake, they clear that shit up, they lean into it. But yo, white women in nonprofit are fucking toxic most of the time. And it ain't that y'all toxic most of the time. Actually, it's that when y'all don't get your way, you become toxic. Like, you hold on to all that motherfucking privilege and you do your best to help black and brown folks, and you say that you're an ally, and the minute a black or brown person does some shit you don't like, you come for them, and you come for them with all of the vigor of a fucking white supremacist. And somebody yesterday triggered the fuck out of me around this, and like I can't even get into it because it's just so fucked up and it has me so pissed the fuck off. So I'm gonna talk about something else. I'm gonna talk about some practical shit. I'm gonna talk about building a nonprofit and what people should be thinking about. So y'all know I run an organization that helps nonprofits to get their shit together, do organizational development, crisis management, executive coaching, fundraising. But a lot of times I meet small nonprofits or brand new founders that just can't afford what the fuck we do. So I might give them some free advice. But I realized like I might as well just sort of give up free game to everybody so that people can get to the point where they can't afford my services. I don't really take money from people that haven't already raised money. I don't want your personal money. You shouldn't even be running a nonprofit with your personal money. It's one of the biggest mistakes I made, was putting 40 grand into my own nonprofit when I started that shit. Never got that shit back. So here's what I want to say. Like, if you want to build a nonprofit, first of all, don't make it all about you. Don't make it all about you. Like, I know you got to make it all about you for the funders, because funders fund people and ideas. So they got to, they always looking for the charismatic leader, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if you got to play that game out front for the funders, do what you got to do. I get it. I'm not knocking you for that shit. But internally, like, if you build an institution and walk away from it and the shit don't keep standing, you ain't built shit. So like, you got to build some shit that's not just about you. So starting right from the beginning, like, what's the name of your shit? Like, don't, like, make that shit something that could live beyond you. Make that shit something that could be alive 10, 20 years from now. Build a brand. Like, get a fucking logo. Pick a name that everybody can understand. Pick a name that you can find on the website. Pick a name that you can find on social media. A bunch of underscores and dashes and dots and shit like that is not going to help you. That's just going to make it hard for people to find your fucking website. Come up with an idea. Get your mission statement together. Get your colors, your logo. Make sure you could get it on social media again. Make sure you could get the website address. Start creating some social media presence for yourself. Create some assets. What does that mean? Create like a fucking one-pager. Like, if you can't put your idea on one page, like, how the fuck is anybody supposed to help you? Like, they just supposed to be around you all the time and hear you talking about, I want to build some shit. Like, put that shit in writing. Use ChatGPT, use some other AI, but get that shit in writing. Come up with a budget. I know it's hard for poor people, especially, to envision putting together a budget for a nonprofit, because you're like, I ain't got 300,000. I get it. You ain't got 300,000, but if you had 300,000, how would you spend that shit? Why is that important? Because some people don't think and operate based on narrative. They think and operate based on numbers. So you got to be prepared for that. You got to be prepared to tell people like what your vision looks like. Like, if you hiring 3 organizers, that's a different organization than if you hiring 3 policy analysts, or if you're hiring 3 researchers, or if you're hiring 3 community violence intervention specialists. So your budget tells a story. Are you going to have HR in-house? Or are you going to buy some back office support fractional time somewhere? Are you going to have finance in-house? Or are you going to buy back office fractional support somewhere else? All of that shit comes up in the budget. So tell the story in the budget about what you building. Tell the story in a one page about what you building. Design that shit really nice, because funders seem to like nice, slick, new, attractive, shiny things. So give them what the fuck they want. Create a concept paper that's much longer so that you could tell a fuller story. That may take you a little while. Like, make sure you got a couple people around you who you appreciate, who know how to spell, so they can take a look at it and tighten that shit up when you finish with it. Tell Chat GPT to check your motherfucking spelling or something. But the value of it is, once you finally get one of these funders to be like, yo, I like this dude or I like this woman, I'm going to ask them to submit a proposal or LOI. Most of that shit is already written. It's in your concept paper. The other thing is, stop promising people the fucking world for 100 grand. Like, no, you're not going to change the planet for 100 grand. So, like, if you got a big picture vision, which you should have, I'm not telling you not to have a big picture vision. Like, that's how you change the world. Somebody got to believe in some shit and hold on to it long enough for other people to catch up and believe in it. But, like, if you got a big vision and you walk into a funding and you be like, yo, give me 100 grand, I'm gonna change the world. They sitting there like, yeah, okay. This person doesn't even know what they're getting into. So, like, have a big vision, but, like, be practical. What you gonna do next month? What you gonna do next quarter? What you gonna do next year? What you gonna do in the next 3 years? And then everything beyond that, honestly, it's like the fucking strategic planning. People be like, oh yeah, let's do 3 to 5 year strategic planning. Motherfucker, like, look back 5 years. You ask me if it's the same world. I'm sitting here in Harlem looking out my car window right now. It ain't even the same world it was 2 years ago. So stop with the long-term strategic planning. Do some 1 to 3 year strategic planning, knowing that 70% of that shit is going to be obsolete anyway, but 30% of it is going to be good, and it's going to give you an idea how to start building some shit. So look, the point I'm trying to make is, try to raise your first grand, get a little bit of money through the door, build the assets, tell the story. And then, you know, before I even wrap this shit up, because it's going to be a short rant, because I'm really fucking mad, because I really fucking want to talk about this fucking white woman trying to fucking railroad this Latinx woman. I'm so fucking pissed about this shit. But I'm not going to talk about that today. But I am going to say this. Maybe you don't even need to build a nonprofit. Maybe you could find another nonprofit and just be like, yo, get to know them. You know, if you like their vibe, you like their values, you like their mission, you like their staff, you like their leadership, you like their board, and ask them, can you build a project there? And that way you could be at another nonprofit and figure out whether you know what the fuck you're doing. I never forget, years ago, I was all ready to build a nonprofit, and I went to like the biggest funder in the field, and she looked me in the face. She's like, you ain't ready. You need to go work somewhere first to learn about this shit. She was right, yo. I was pissed, but she was right. And I would just suggest the same thing, that everybody ain't got to be out there building a nonprofit. Like, there are some good nonprofits out there doing some really good work. And, you know, if you build the right type of relationship and it's within mission, it's not mission creep, you'd be surprised. You'd be able to build some shit right inside of somebody else's infrastructure and save yourself a lot of time, effort, energy, stress. That's the other thing. If you're a founder and a leader and you got a vision and you build a nonprofit, sorry to bust your fucking bubble, but the first thing you're gonna realize is that you're running a business. You running a business. You ain't the case manager no more. You ain't the organizer no more. You running a business. And if you ain't up for that, if you ain't up for the fact that you gotta exercise your vision through somebody else and lead other people and invest in other people and bring other people along and listen to their vision for themselves and what they want for themselves and help curate that for them and with them, then don't build nothing. No, if you just build in some ego fucking institution, it's just a waste of fucking time, because I'm telling you, the minute you disappear, that shit ain't gonna work no more. And if you're doing good work, people gonna know that you a target, and then they gonna come for you. And when they come for you and they get you out the way, there ain't gonna be nothing left. Gotta build that infrastructure right from day one. Like, build for what you want this shit to be in the future. If you really believe in what you building, then don't build it for tomorrow. Like, build the infrastructure for like the future when you're not there, right from the beginning. Even if that shit feel boring, like, damn, I didn't know I got into this shit to be working on spreadsheets and to be having meetings and to be planning. Yeah, motherfucker, that's what you got into. That's what you got into. Otherwise, it's just a fucking hobby. And if it's a hobby, take that shit in the backyard and shoot it, because it's gonna be a waste of your fucking time. Last thing I'm gonna say, this is all free fucking advice. People pay me for this shit. Free advice. Free advice. Don't build some shit that somebody else is already doing. Don't build some. If you got a way to take what somebody's doing and like improve on that shit, like meaningful improvement, then do that shit. But don't go build some shit that already exists out there, because why? Ain't nobody gonna fund you. You got to be able to answer the question, why you? Why you? Why you? If you can't answer why you, then don't build no shit. Don't build nothing. Let whatever's already out there live. Y'all get that? That's what I got for y'all today. Because if I gave y'all what I really got for y'all, the fucking house will be on fire. And the only reason I'm not setting the house on fire is because I want to take a minute and make sure that I'm not being super emotional about what the fuck pissed me off yesterday. And so having said that and gotten all that shit off my chest, as y'all can see, it's a bright, sunny, beautiful motherfucking weekend. I think I'm going to grab my camera. Haven't grabbed my camera in a long time. Take some pictures in New York. Walk around. Maybe go to Union Square, maybe go down to Washington Square Park, take pictures of the crazy people, try not to get fucking cursed at or somebody spit at me or some crazy shit. It is New York. They will fuck you up for taking their picture without permission. But I got a long range fucking camera lens and shit. I could take your picture before you even know I'm on the same block with you. So anyway, maybe I'll post some pictures later. Y'all can see what my day was like. But in the meantime, on this beautiful fucking sunny New York day, I want to make sure y'all don't let nobody steal your rainbow. I'm aggravated. I'm emotional about this shit. But I'm not going to let nobody steal my rainbow. I'm going to be cool. If there's anything prison taught me, it's fucking patience. So I'm going to go on with my weekend. I'm not going to let nobody steal my rainbow. Don't let nobody steal yours. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. Peace.